Thank you, Presiding Officer. Today's committee-led debate is an ideal opportunity to set out the current picture of cybercrime in Scotland and the actions we are taking and need to take across policing, government, business and civil society to prevent harm, protect victims and strengthen our national resilience. Cybercrime has changed the character of offending in Scotland. 5 years ago, Police Scotland recorded 7,710 cybercrimes. Today, it's 14,120, almost double pre-pandemic levels. These are broad estimates from police records, but the direction is unmistakable. More crime, whether fraud, extortion or exploitation, is now committed online or enabled by digital means. The public's experience measures this. The Scottish Crime and Justice Survey estimates 524,000 incidents of fraud and computer misuse in 23-24. That's roughly 1 in 10 adults affected. When organisations suffer a cyber incident, the knock-on effects on people can be severe. The Co-op cyberattack in April, for example, disrupted operations and supply chains, leaving some of our rural and island communities with empty shelves in local shops. When West Lothian Council's schools' IT systems was hit, many schools experienced operational challenges, although exams were not affected due to well-rehearsed contingency plans. But these incidents are stark reminders of the growing cyber threat and the importance of resilience across all parts of society. So what does this mean for our justice system? Our courts, law enforcement agencies and prisons handle enormous amounts of sensitive information, criminal records, evidence and personal details of victims and witnesses. One breach could expose this data, endanger lives and derail investigations. Cybersecurity isn't just about protecting data, it's about protecting trust. If systems are hacked or evidence is tampered with, confidence in fair trials collapses and with it the rule of law. Today, most evidence, emails, CCTV footage, forensic data is stored digitally. That makes it vulnerable to alteration or deletion, which could lead to wrongful convictions or acquittals. And let's not forget operational continuity. Courts and law enforcement rely on digital platforms for case management, e-filing virtual hearings, and a ransomware attack could halt proceedings, delay justice and create massive backlogs. Justice systems are prime targets for organised crime and even state-sponsored actors seeking to disrupt governance or influence outcomes. So cybersecurity is not just an IT issue, it's the cornerstone of justice, safeguarding the fairness, reliability and resilience of our digital legal systems. And that means prevention, early warning and having rapid, well-coordinated incident response arrangements are just as important as detection and prosecution. Police Scotland has strengthened its specialist capability in cybercrime, investigations and digital forensics. The newly established Cyber and Fraud Unit is consolidating cyber fraud and digital harm prevention under one command. Policing is also innovating at the front line, deploying digital forensic vans, digital evidence detection dogs and exploring AI-enabled efficiencies as part of the Policing in a Digital World programme. And these changes matter. However, we must be realistic about the constraints and challenges. Over 90% of crimes now involve some form of digital evidence, placing sustained pressure on our investigative capacity. The digital evidence sharing capability funded by the Scottish Government is tackling this challenge and is now live across all police divisions. Across the justice system, guided by the Christie principles, we must deliver integrated and secure services, providing better outcomes and best value for the public. Legislation must evolve too. The Computer Misuse Act 1990 remains the backbone of cyber-dependent crime, but it predates contemporary security research. A statutory defence for legitimate security research proposed by the UK Government is welcome, and we will continue to engage with the UK Government on this matter. And alongside this, the UK Government has introduced the Cybersecurity and Resilience Bill, as mentioned by Ms Nicholl. And this bill will widen its scope to include managed service providers and data centres, harden essential services and strengthen reporting. For Scotland, this bill will matter, and some of our critical services and suppliers sit within its scope, for example, health and drinking water. And we will work with UK partners, regulators and industry to ensure smooth implementation. The Scottish Government's refreshed strategic framework for Cyber Resilience Scotland 2025 to 2030 sets the vision for a digitally secure and resilient nation. It's a renewed commitment to protecting our people, our organisations and our future in an increasingly digital world. None of this can be achieved by government alone. Prevention at scale is essential, and Scotland has established a national ecosystem to strengthen its ability to be more responsive and future-focused. The Cyber Scotland Partnership helps drive practical resilience and awareness across public, private and third sectors. The Scottish Cyber Coordination Centre, SC3, provides intelligence and early warning and manages incident response coordination for the public sector. In partnership with the National Cybersecurity Centre and Police Scotland, the SC3 is helping us stay ahead of the threat and respond effectively to minimise the impact of incidents when they do occur. Recently, I launched the SC3 Cyber Observatory, which will gather and analyse cyber threat data and maturity insights from the public sector, allowing us to better target support and intervention. And we're also investing £300,000 this year to equip the public sector workforce with the skills needed to safeguard our essential services. In line with the National Cybersecurity Centre, we are positioning Cyber Essentials as the baseline security standard for all organisations in Scotland. Alongside this, we are driving adoption of multi-factor authentication, encouraging regular backups, incident response planning and exercising. There are 5 priorities in our fight against cybercrime, Presiding Officer, and the need for a secure and efficient justice system. First is the importance of sustaining and targeting investment in policing capacity and completing the build-out of Police Scotland's Cyber and Fraud Unit and refreshing frontline digital tooling. Second is to build on exemplar collaboration programmes like the Digital Evidence Sharing Capability Programme to modernise our justice systems. Third, to enable legislation evolution so that our laws are fit for today and resilient for the future. And fourthly, scale prevention and skills. We must continue to build and enhance the capabilities of the SC3 and the Cyber Scotland Partnership and accelerate targeted prevention campaigns for specific sectors and communities. And finally, to embed accountability for public bodies and critical suppliers. We need to move to a place of mandating minimum security baselines and transparent risk reporting. Presiding Officer, cybercrime is now a mainstream risk to our economy, our justice system and to our economies and to our people. Scotland has strong foundations in place, specialist policing capability, evidence of a maturing public sector, the SC3, our National Incident Response and Coordination Centre, and an active partnership that reaches from government into business and civil society. And of course, our task is to lock in all of those gains. And our focus, as always, is to keep people safe, protect essential services, bring offenders to justice and ensure Scotland remains digitally secure and resilient. And I'm very grateful to the Criminal Justice Committee for their work on this matter.